Welcome, Taurus, to today's zodiac reading. This zodiac reading is timeless for the month ahead, so it doesn't matter when it finds you. It should be helpful going forward. Some of you may be in a slightly defensive energy. I'm not sure if someone has just recently taken some kind of offense to you or tried to come at you with something or have a go at you. I'm not really sure what's happened here. Whatever the situation was, I feel like it was something that you weren't ready to contend with, and it felt unjustified and undignified, and you decided to make the call to walk away from this and to stop investing in it over the long term. I feel like it was not friendly or fulfilling anymore. It no longer served of any value, like beneficial value in your life. And I don't mean this in terms of like being a person that uses people because of what they can bring us. I just mean it in terms of them now actually creating more trouble than it's worth keeping them in our lives. And it's kind of that thing of, it's not that they're a hard person to have in our lives because they have extenuating circumstances. I mean that they are literally causing trouble. So on that note, you put up a boundary, you put up a wall. It's kind of like, hey, you need to get out of here. You're not keeping that up anymore. Or I'm not putting up with it. We're not copying that. That's not what happens here. It's time that you leave. So I don't know, some of you send this person packing, and others of you actually in that moment of kind of being, you know, I don't know, I feel like some of you were aggravated or provoked. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just how you feel. It's hard to say. It is like one of those situations where it does seem a bit cloudy, and I can't really tell if this is kind of like a mirrored dualistic message for where you can flip the energy of like, you know, being in the energy of Taurus or being in the energy of the person that Taurus has had this run-in with. So, and then I feel like, you know, sometimes when we get really frustrated or like angered or I don't know, whatever it is, flustered even, sometimes we can't really tell where we stand. All we know is that that wasn't right or we didn't like that or something. And maybe for some of you, you know that whatever played out wasn't necessarily like wrong or no, what am I trying to say? For some of you, you know that what happened was wrong and you're just trying to defend yourselves, but maybe you like didn't know the best way to navigate that situation, or you didn't get a chance to calm down and let everything settle before you sent someone packing or before you walked off, something like that. It's hard to, yeah. So I do feel like it left you probably in your feelings. And then when you've had this stance, I don't know, there's the two people here, right? So there's person A is the Page of Swords that we've just talked about. Person B is the Knight of Swords. And I feel like this person B sees themselves in a higher, like a higher standing in a hierarchical position where they're like, you don't know enough, you don't have the experience, or your, you know, what your standing is lower on the ladder. You should not be challenging me or compromising whatever this is, or you're coming from a place that's kind of unfounded and you need to get back in line. It's kind of whatever it is. I feel like these two are going head to head. There is a small group of people here where you're actually kind of side by side, the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords, person A and B, where you're kind of standing side by side up against someone else. And so you'll know if that's your situation. But moving on. So person B, person A feels defensive, like they're going to stand their ground. They're not really sure about it, but they do the best they can, and they like may choose to walk away or withdraw. Person B is not going to stand for it, and they're going to come at it head on, and they're going to sort it out. Like they want to put someone in their place, or they want to come in and save someone or stop someone. Like they're taking action. I feel like that's what it is. So Page of Swords will take action in terms of, if you come near me, I'm not going to let this happen. Knight of Swords, person B, is taking action in terms of, I'm going to sort this out, whether whether it comes off in a way that is graceful or not, it's getting sorted out, and it's going to be the end of it. Anyway, now, this Knight of Swords person, I don't know if they're like, what is this? I don't know if they're like talking to other people about what's happened to you, or they've got other people on the side, or they're like, maybe after this is all over, they do go and talk to people in an attempt to kind of smooth things over within a group of people or something like that, or in a community or something, because it's like, I just went out and did this thing, and people need to know why, and they need to know the truth about it. But also, I feel like this Knight of Swords person B character is actually a really good communicator. So after they go and take action, regardless of what that looks like, they're going to come back to people and they want to talk about it. They want to explain their side of the story. They want to justify it. They want to get ahead of it, get out in front of people and set the story straight or something like that. So this very much could be two opposing people here, like in how they deal with things and walk away. So like one person walks away and another person takes action and is trying to do some level of like damage control or getting people on side. Anyway, and then at that point they kind of, you know, they take action, they do whatever work they perceive as necessary, and then they leave up the rest of it up to the universe. And they kind of say, right, it's in your hands now. You give, like, you know, let the results or the outcome happen as per what you deem necessary, and we'll live out the consequence of whatever you say. It's kind of like taking action and then putting it back in the hands of the universe. And for some of them, I can't tell if it's like a level of like karma that the universe says, well, hey, you're not supposed to enact karma, so we're going to hold you accountable for it. But that's only a very small group of people. And I feel like for a lot of the people that are the Knight of Swords person B, there's kind of like a surrendering to the universe of the outcome, and then finding themselves in a situation that's actually really toxic, or they find it really hard to like get free from the trappings of the people or the situation. Maybe there's just, like, it might not be any of that. It might literally be like a mental rumination over like what actually happened because it didn't play out the way you wanted it to, or you felt embarrassed or anxious, or I don't know, like maybe some of you, it was like giving into that lower nature of like going in and sort of hitting below the belt, that kind of ends up leaving you in this energy of like ruminating on it. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to take a Zodiac card. We do have Capricorn here in this group as well, showing up as the devil. So for some of you, this may have to do with like a Capricorn, but that's hard to say. Okay. So we have a union merging and coming together. Well, I mean, after this happens, the Knight of Swords person B does come together with a group of people to talk. And after they leave things up to the fate of the universe, it does look like they are with another person, but they almost seem stuck. Whereas if it's person A, the Page of Swords, maybe after you stop investing wherever you were, you actually, like, you know, come together with people that are more like-minded or something. Yeah. Okay, anyway, that's everything that I have for you today for the Taurus reading. Hopefully this was helpful in some way in piecing things together, or kind of like a confirmation of your situation there. I don't know if I really feel settled on this. I'm just going to see if I get anything else before we completely close it off. They're saying that's it. That's everything for Taurus. So yeah, hopefully it was insightful in some way. And I'll see you all in another reading. Thanks.